If you clicked on this, you're probably feeling some sort of, it's a new year, but I'm feeling exactly the same. And that's okay, because being creative is the easy part. Being consistent is the part that feels like an impossible task. And the worst part, you probably think that you're the problem when really you just don't have a system. And wait. Before you click off because systems are a scary word to you, this is literally what I'm building out for a couple of my clients, and it's been working. Like bringing in 15K a month in 2 months. Working. Today, I'm walking you through a simple, repeatable reset that I use in my own creative life and with the people inside my community. By the end of this video, you'll have a system that you can use anytime, January, July, even in the middle of a random Tuesday afternoon spiral. So let's get into it. And if you're new here, I'm Austin. I run a creative community. I build systems for creatives, and I'm deeply familiar with the experience of feeling like I should be creating more, but not knowing where to start. And let's start with an audit of your creative season. Before you go crazy and start acting on all the ideas that you've been storing in this jar but you've never moved forward with, you need to understand where you're actually standing and organize your thoughts. A season audit is you just looking at what the past year had looked like and offering up some clarity to yourself. What did you finish? What did you start but never followed through on? Which projects gave you life? And which felt like they drained you? What projects still mattered to you? And what needs to be let go so that it isn't weighing you down anymore? Most of us skip this part and then wonder why everything else feels scattered. It's because you're not even organizing the foundation of what you're doing. This won't work without you taking the time to audit your season. For me, this is literally what my last year looked like. It was having only 2 Google Doc forms where I had anything related to my business. But now I'm taking the time to write down some of my key content pillars as well as values that my whole business has so that I can move forward based off of them and inform future decisions based off of that. So now I have so many Google Docs. I have podcast guest forums. I have standard operating procedures built in on Google Docs that I can access in a moment, even if it's on my phone, so that I can share and remember and rehearse with myself. Once I become familiar with the things that I want to show other people, it becomes so much easier to share what I have. I believe if you do this, you will never be overcommitted. You will have things to rely on that show you whether you can do this next thing or not. So starting from a realistic standing point will get you so far. When you get honest about where you're at, you'll stop creating from guilt and start creating from clarity. Next up, you're gonna define one core output. Choose one thing you're gonna publish every week or every month or every amount of time that you feel like you can commit here. That is what consistency is all about. So set a realistic consistency and go from there. Not 7 formats, not every platform, just one. This is the anchor of which everything else will build on. For me, this year, the anchor is YouTube. I want to teach, document, share my process, everything that I'm doing right now with you. And then everything else can flow from here. Short form clips, carousels, whatever it is, blogs. That's the beauty of it. It can all be repurposed. When you have one anchor, your consistency stops being a mystery and you know exactly what your week is gonna revolve around. I know that I'm recording 1 video a week to put out and share with you guys. It also gives me a structure and a fun way to challenge myself because I know I have to do this each week and I want to hold myself to that. I think over the last couple of years with my creative community silo, I've spread myself so thin doing so many different things, and that's great. And I love serving people at each of those touch points. I don't do it well in any of them. Like the Discord, I need to spend more time in there. I need to be engaging more with people on there. I have a YouTube channel, I have Instagram, Reels, and everything that I want to post there. But all of that goes away when you don't have a system in place, when I don't have something that says, I want to post 1 reel and 1 post a week and post a YouTube video every week. If I don't have a system on a back end to do that, now I do, it changes everything. I'm so much more on time for things, knowing that I have a list of ideas all ready to go in a Google Doc. I also have current videos I'm working on in another tab and finished videos down below that I can take inspiration from. And now I have this whole Google Doc form that I would love to share with you guys if you want a template for it on how to move forward with your content so you can schedule it out and just hold yourself accountable to something instead of just being accountable to nothing and getting nothing done. So the lesson here is simplifying your output isn't narrowing your creativity, it's protecting it. It's forming a wall in which you can protect what you love most about you. And so point number 3, build a 30-day momentum sprint. Now we get into what I think is the most underrated part of any creative reset, and that is the 30-day sprint. You might be thinking, oh my gosh, you just told me to rest and now we're sprinting. Yes, the sprint isn't about perfection. It's about giving yourself a short window of time to build momentum, and also how you get ahead to give your future self a buffer to make some mistakes. For this year of YouTube, I record in batches, so I have something to edit and shoot at any given time. While that might be scary, it is what I need to have my own consistency in place. It's this ever-growing list of inspiration and things that need to be done, which is super helpful for me because I'm a procrastinator. So if I know that there's a deadline coming up, I can act on it. So what does this look like? It looks like for the next 30 days, it is your job to publish on your weekly anchor, spend 10 minutes jotting ideas down every single day, and finish small tasks that build confidence. You need those small wins because that's this kind of stuff that's going to continue to make you grow. You're also going to track consistency and not performance. It's amazing how quickly a month of small wins can shift how you see yourself as a creative. So get those small wins and watch both your competency and motivation grow. Starting is the hardest part of all of this. So if you just get that 30 days under your belt, you're gonna think everything past that is so much easier. When I'm recording these YouTube videos, I'm recording these videos in batches. I'm recording a couple at a time so that there's always something for me to do. And so then I shoot all of these one day, I make the thumbnails another day, and I edit them all another day. And so I know what I'm doing each and every day. I have clarity on what I need to accomplish every single day of the week, rather than just saying, here's all this footage and it's gonna loom over my head for a while. It is, nope, the process is this, and this is what I'm gonna do to get things done. I think a lot of people wait for momentum, but you need to not wait for momentum. You need to create it through small and consistent reps. Quick pause. If you want to actually build these systems with other creatives who are trying to stay consistent this year, I ran a community called Silo. We do accountability check-ins, creative sprints, behind the scenes workshops, and honest conversations about staying consistent without burning out. You can join in the link in below. We have a Discord, we have a newsletter. You can follow us on Instagram. And if you want to go deeper and quicker with these results, let's talk. I help creatives just like you get unstuck every single week. So reach out in the link in the description if you're interested. Moving on to point number 4, which is design your creative environment. I truly believe that this is the secret sauce. Your environment either supports your creativity or steals from it. So breaking through all the barriers holding you back from creating is super important. Set your gear out the night before so you know it's ready to go for that next wedding or next shoot, and everything is accounted for. Light that candle and set your phone in the other room. Actually do it. I was editing last night and I had my phone next to me just buzzing constantly, threw it on my bed and said, nope, not today. And then on top of that, add another small ritual. Even if it's something that's putting on another playlist that signals, hey, it's time to create. Maybe you have that one song that's like, lock in, baby, let's do this thing. You'd be surprised how powerful of a cue that would be if you do that over the 30-day creative sprint. How I'm designing my environment for this year is I am taking a leap of faith, I think. I'm still deciding, but I have this week to decide if I want to invest $6,000 in renting a space for the year that my friend is inviting me into. It's gonna be around amazing people that are years ahead of me, and I think I have so much to learn from them. But I also think that the work that they would bring me during that time in that office with them is also going to outpay what that rent actually is. And so I'm playing the numbers game in my head, but I need to get out of my head and say $500 a month is actually the smallest price to pay to be in proximity to people that will get me so much further in life and so much further in my business and just get me out of any slump that I have, because I know there is a difference between work and personal life. And when I can leave my room to go do that, I think is going to be a huge step for me. So I'm on the verge of saying yes right now, and I'm sure you'll hear more about it in the future if I say yes, but it is so important to change your environment. So I get to create a space somewhere else that is so conducive to creating. That's what I'm really excited about. It's going to lower the barrier to get this work out to you guys. And so I'm thinking about, I don't have to spend a half hour setting up everything before moving into a creative space. I'm literally, hopefully a couple button presses away from recording a YouTube video instead of 30 to 45 minutes and then 35 to 40 minutes tearing down what I did to make these YouTube videos happen. lowering the barrier to entry alone is worth the $500 that I might spend there. So you can already see this in action, right? When your setup removes friction, your creativity has room to breathe. Moving on to point 5, install a weekly review loop. Everything hinges on this. This is the glue. A weekly review keeps you from drifting off course. Every week, ask yourself, what worked? What didn't work? What do I need to adjust? And that's it. Let's keep it that simple for right now. 10 minutes of reflection keeps everything aligned without the pressure of complicated planning. This has shown itself in my life when I was recording a season of the Silo podcast with tons of guests, and I had them all lined up back to back to back on each other with a whole batch workflow going in recording. And instead of just recording the whole season all day, which would leave me exhausted, wouldn't bring the best out of my own questions for people and showing up for others, I took the time to post a few, get through a few of them, and then see what the response was. Did I make a mistake? Can I show this to someone else to see if they have a different perspective on it? Was this cut too fast? Was the intro too long? All of those things. And then the next week I had another set of recordings. So I was able to get them out and get immediate review and feedback before I even went into my next thing. And so that's where batch recording has its flaw of, hey, sometimes I might not get good feedback that I can actually act on. And so leaving some room for outside review and thought really does make a difference. And so here's a fun one-liner, right? Reviewing regularly helps you grow intentionally instead of accidentally. All right, let's bring it all home. Your creative reset is simple. You need to audit your season, pick one output, build a 30-day momentum sprint to get those early wins, make an environment that helps you create, and review your progress every week. See where you stand. If you follow these 5 steps, creativity starts feeling manageable instead of overwhelming. And if you want support while you're building this rhythm this year, the link to Silo's Discord is in the description. Thanks for hanging out with me. And if you feel committed to making 2026 the best year yet, check out this other video about how not to burn out in 2026.